What if I told you that women are already making judgments about you before you even say a word? That the difference between being seen as just another guy and someone who stands out often comes down to just a handful of subtle moves. Most men are playing a game they don't understand, using strategies that work against them, not for them. But today, everything changes. I've spent years studying this, understanding the psychology behind what really makes a woman take notice. I'm going to walk you through the 4 moves that fundamentally shift how women perceive you. Not tricks, not games, just authentic power moves that trigger something primal in her psychology. These aren't about manipulation. They're about amplifying who you already are. Move 1. Deliberate presence. Have you ever noticed how some men seem to own every room they walk into? It's not their height. It's not their looks. It's not their money. It's their presence. Most guys rush through spaces like they're apologizing for existing. Head down, quick steps, taking up as little room as possible. But women are naturally drawn to men who move with intention, who take their time, who seem comfortable claiming their space in the world. Here's what this looks like in practice. When you enter a room, pause, just for a second. Let your eyes adjust. Take a breath. Survey the environment before rushing to action. Slow down your movements. Move like you're walking through water, not in a weird way, but with a deliberate quality that communicates you're not in a hurry. You're exactly where you're meant to be. Your shoulders are back, your chin is slightly raised, your eyes are steady. This isn't arrogance, this is ownership of your physical self. When you sit, take up the appropriate amount of space, not shrinking, not spreading, just comfortable in your own frame. Your movements are economical, purposeful, nothing fidgety or nervous about them. Women notice this immediately. It triggers a subconscious response. This man values himself. He must be valuable. I can't tell you how many clients have reported back after practicing just this one move, how women suddenly start making eye contact across the room, how conversations open up more naturally. There's a magnetism to deliberate presence that no pickup line can match. Move 2. Conversational command. Have you been talking without actually being heard? The second move that changes how women see you is conversational command. Most men fall into one of 2 traps. They either talk non-stop, filling every silence with nervous chatter, or they become passive, letting the woman carry the entire conversation while they just nod along. Both approaches scream insecurity. Men with conversational command understand the power of selective speaking. They don't waste words. When they talk, people listen. Here's how to develop this. First, eliminate filler language. No more like, you know, or sort of. Speak in complete thoughts, then stop. Second, use the power of the pause. After making a point, let it hang in the air. Allow her to absorb what you've said before continuing. Third, ask questions that matter. Not surface-level small talk, but questions that reveal character, values, experiences. What's the most challenging thing you've ever done? What quality do you value most in the people close to you? These questions show you're interested in who she is, not just what she looks like. But the most powerful aspect of conversational command is comfort with silence. Most men panic in silence. They rush to fill it. But silence is where attraction grows. It's where tension builds. It's where anticipation lives. A man who can sit in silence, maintaining eye contact with a slight smile, that's a man with rare confidence. Women feel this. They respond to it. It sets you apart from every other guy who's trying too hard. Move 3. Calibrated touch. Touch is the bridge between conversation and intimacy, but most men get it completely wrong. They either avoid touch entirely, creating a purely platonic interaction, or they touch too much, too soon, making women uncomfortable. The third move that changes how women see you is calibrated touch. This isn't about being aggressive, it's about understanding the subtle language of physical contact. Touch that's calibrated does 3 things simultaneously. It establishes comfort, it creates connection, it tests receptiveness. Start with socially acceptable touches. A light hand on the upper arm to emphasize a point. A brief touch on the shoulder when laughing together. A gentle hand on the back when moving through a crowd. These moments seem small, but they're setting the foundation for how she experiences you physically. Pay close attention to her response. Does she move closer? Does she initiate similar touches? Or does she create distance? This feedback tells you everything you need to know about how to proceed. What separates average men from exceptional men is this ability to read and respond to these signals without being told. The progression of touch should feel natural, not forced. Each contact slightly more personal than the last, but only if the previous one was well received. A woman knows within seconds whether your touch feels good to her or not. There's an instinctive response that either opens the door wider or slams it shut. Master calibrated touch, and you've mastered one of the most fundamental aspects of male-female dynamics. Move 4, authentic assertiveness. The final move, the one that ties everything together, is authentic assertiveness. In a world where men are increasingly unsure of their role, assertiveness has become rare. And because it's rare, it's valuable. But let me be clear about what assertiveness isn't. It isn't aggression. It isn't domination. It isn't being loud. True assertiveness is the calm certainty that comes from knowing your worth and your boundaries. It's making decisions without needing approval. It's expressing your desires clearly, without apology. It's disagreeing respectfully when you have a different perspective. Women are exhausted by men who constantly defer. What do you want to do? Where do you want to eat? Whatever you think is best. These men aren't being considerate. They're avoiding responsibility. Assertiveness looks like this. I know a great place for dinner. I'd like to take you there Friday at 8. Not a question, a statement. She can accept or decline, but you've taken the lead. It's walking up to her at the bar and saying, I noticed you from across the room, and I'd regret it if I didn't come talk to you. Director, honest, owning your intentions. It's setting a boundary when needed. I'm not comfortable with that, and here's why. This kind of authentic assertiveness is becoming so rare that when women encounter it, it stands out immediately. It communicates that you're a man who knows what he wants and isn't afraid to go after it, respectfully but confidently. And that, more than anything else, changes how women see you. These 4 moves, deliberate presence, conversational command, calibrated touch, and authentic assertiveness, create a fundamental shift in how women experience you. They're not techniques to memorize, they're qualities to embody, and the truth is, they already exist within you. You don't need to become someone else to attract the women you want. You just need to amplify the strongest parts of who you already are. What if, instead of trying harder, you simply removed what's been holding you back? The hesitation, the second-guessing, the people-pleasing, the fear of rejection. Strip those away, and what remains is a man who naturally attracts rather than pursues. A man who doesn't need validation because he already values himself. This isn't about becoming perfect. It's about becoming more authentically you, without apology. Because these aren't just moves that change how women see you. They're moves that change how you see yourself. Start with one move. Practice it until it feels natural. Then add another. The changes in how women respond to you will come so quickly that you'll wonder why no one taught you this before. But that's why you're here now. And from this moment forward, everything changes. You're no longer invisible. You're no longer forgettable. You're no longer just another option. You're the man that women see differently. The question is, are you ready to be that man?